Today, I've got some hot off the press news to deliver to you, and I've been waiting a long time for this to be announced, and I cannot believe it is finally here. Run videotape. I know, that's exactly what I'm thinking. What the hell was that? Well, my friends, that was the 25th anniversary special video that Pokemon dropped last night, basically promoting the new TCG that's coming out. Yes, if you haven't heard, there is a new developed TCG game that's going to come out, and there's a new TCG game going to come out that is going to replace the old beloved one that we are currently using right now. So I'm just going to put it out there. This video is going to be mainly focused on the news itself, and we're going to talk about the set, how many cards are going to be in the set, what is a VStar Pokemon, and what that means for me and you as collectors. If you want to go into a little bit more detail on how the new mechanic works within the TCG game itself, I would highly recommend you go and watch PTCG Radio's video that he dropped yesterday. I will link that in the description below. He did a banging video on this. Just goes through, explains the moves, explains the abilities and how it's going to be used in the game. It's a great video. But if you want to hear the rest of the news and what it means for people like me and you from a collector's standpoint, stick around. And if you could hit the like button just so that we can get this video out to more Pokemon fanatics, that would be great. So I'm going to shuffle over here a little bit just so I can put some graphics up on the screen, just so I can kind of show you exactly what's going on and basically what I'm waffling on about, right? So if you look at the card itself, yes, it looks absolutely phenomenal. I know, it's pretty, right? But there are some key details that we can draw from this that does tell us a lot more about the set and where Pokemon are kind of going with this. So first thing I want to point out is the stamp right at the bottom corner. It says S9. Yes, S9 as in Sword and Shield 9. But wait a minute, Sword and Shield was ending with VMAX Climax. Well, apparently not. It will be released on January the 14th, 2022, which will be named Starbirth as far as we know. It is only the one set, because usually, you know, like if you've got two different sets together, they normally come with a letter after it. So for example, you would have Blue Sky Stream and Terra Imperfection, which were S7D and S7R respectively, whereas this is straight up just S9, right? But also, if you have a cheeky look, you can see how many cards are in the set. Now there is a Japanese version, and they have also already announced, or revealed I should say, the English version. And again, we can bring some key differences from this to kind of figure out how big the sets are going to be and how much, you know, we're going to have to try and sweet talk our wallets.
It's gone. It's all gone.
What's all gone?
The money in your account. It didn't do too well. It's gone.
In the English set, there is 172 cards in whichever set this is going to be that we're going to get. We don't know what it's going to be called yet because there's just a symbol, as every English set seems to do that. However, what we can tell is from the Japanese version, there is 100 cards in that set, which is going to be the Starbirth set, right? So we know that, not including secret rares, of course, like your full arts and your alternate arts, etc., and your rainbows, you would imagine there's going to be another 72 cards after this initial S9 Japanese set that will somehow find themselves bundled in to the English version of the set, which will be incredibly interesting because S10 or S91 or whatever it's going to be would have to be a fairly small set in order for it to fit into the English set in 72 cards. So hold on, rewind, let's go back a second. So what happened to Sword and Shield actually ending this year with VMAX Climax? Oh, Climax. It's like saying moist on the internet. Whew. Right, anyway, VMAX Climax will be the end of VMAX cards. The VMAX mechanic in its entirety is disappearing. And it's basically, it's farewell, goodbye VMAX, you've been a good friend, but VStar is the new coolest kid on the block. And I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, because we've just been given this lovely chunk of a piece of art. There's obviously going to be other character super rares as well. It's a little bit gutting that they've announced these in a set that we know is going to say goodbye to VMAX cards, but maybe that's why they did it. Will they continue into a VStar format? We're not really sure yet. We haven't heard anything about that, but obviously I'll update you as soon as I hear absolutely anything about that. But then yes, the first set of the year of 2022 will be Starbirth. So basically, out with the old, in with the new is what they're going with. Now, I did mention in a previous video, my initial thoughts on this were that the VMAX would be replaced with the V-Star, and you would probably keep the V cards within the mechanic of the game, just because I think changing both mechanics to something completely brand new would kind of frustrate everybody, because everyone's just built up their decks. They've only just brought Vs in, really, in the great scheme of things, so to then rip them out and put something completely brand new wouldn't make sense. So as you can see on the card, it does say evolves from Arceus V. So basically, yes, V to VMAX will now go V to V-Star, which is awesome. The main difference is play wise, which, like I said, check PTCG Radio's video if you want a little bit more detail, but it's basically, it's going to be the same as GX essentially, right? You're going to have what seems to be a V-Star power, which we don't know whether it's only going to be abilities or whether it's going to be abilities and moves as well. It would be pretty good if you could have a mix of both. I think that would really shake things up a little bit. But all in all, from a collector's standpoint, the design of the card is quite nice. It follows the standard V template, similar to how what would be referred to as an half art card. That was a mouthful to say. But yeah, so they've gone with the V instead of black and silver. They've gone gold and silver, which I think respectively shows off the art style and direction they want to go, with the fact that Arceus is God. Arceus is the god of Pokemon. There's nothing else to say. So what does that mean for us as collectors at the end of knowing all that news? Well, it basically means jump on VMAX Climax, or if you prefer English, jump on whatever the English version is going to be, which I would assume similar to how Shining Star V went to Shining Fates within a few months. I would say early to mid 2022 it would come to English. Make the most of it, grab those character secret rares, because they're not going to be around for that long, and to be honest, they all look phenomenal. So grab what you can. Don't go mad, don't jump into the hype, get them for reasonable prices. Please, please, please don't go overboard and spend $300, $400 or pounds on a box that's got 10 packs in. Just please don't. They will get reprinted. They will be available somewhere. There will be a store out there that will do them at good prices. So please do shop around and just be safe. Just be safe. I know I do it myself. I get sucked into hype regularly, but just try and have a cap. You know, even if you buy one box that's hugely overpriced just because you need it there and then on day one, that's fine. I did that with Fusion Arts. I bought Fusion Arts when it was like up there, and then instantly after I'd got them delivered, the price is absolutely bombed. Obviously I was gutted, but I had them there. I could open them And then at least going forward, if you want to open any more boxes, it's cheaper, right? I think this is good. This is a great show of growth and moving forward for Pokemon, not just in the TCG itself with the new mechanics, but also what does that mean for me and you as collectors? Well, that means that Pokemon are going in the right direction. They're not letting the hype die down. They're not letting our wallets take a breather. They are going to be bringing out brand new mechanic, a brand new style of card, and it is genuinely a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Because it means that they're not just going to keep rinsing and repeating the same stuff over and over again to the point where we're just buying reprints. Oh, talking of reprints, actually, one more thing before you go anywhere, it's worth staying for, I promise, is the Arceus alternate art card that is actually a promo. If you pre-order Pokemon Legends from the Pokestore Japan, you do get the alternate art Arceus promo card, which is awesome. It's a beautiful card. I'm going to try my best to get hold of some for myself and our community. So if you want to jump in our Discord, I will put the links. They will all be in the description under the Koji link. So if you just look for where it says everything Nerd Fossil, click that link and it'll just be, it's basically a link in bio, really. I'll stop making it sound posh, but just jump in there. There'll be our Instagram, Twitter, website, etc. But then there'll be our Discord. Jump in there, say hello, meet some great new people, fellow collectors just like me and you. And there is a channel in there for you to show off your cards, which is awesome. So I'll see you in there. But back to the card. The set is getting an alternate print of Arceus V. So basically from a TCG perspective, if you've got a VStar, you kind of need a V. That's how it's played, right? But instead of using the promo card from Japan in the English set, there is going to be an alternate print. So whether or not that does come to English as an alternate card, we don't know. I would really hope it does. I mean, I would still get the Japanese anyway, because one, it's got the promo stamp, and I'm a sucker for a promo stamp. Secondly, I would just imagine it will come to English. Okay, so let's just sit and dream on that one. And if you want to hit that subscribe button, I will update you with all the latest news as soon as we hear it. And this time I really will let you go. So if you're interested in seeing more news about upcoming sets and releases, and also some cheeky box openings whilst you're here, then please do consider subscribing, and I'll leave you to check out this video here. Ta-da!